All right, Nerevar, now, just as we practiced, you have to move with the steps, and for the last fucking time, no, this thing does not have a cup holder. Now stop, Nerevar. Stop, you're going to slam into that ravine. Stop. Seriously, stop. Oh, God fucking damn it, Nerevar. Are you really this fucking stupid? You scratch the paint. No, don't bother stopping for him. Those cats like to do these insurance fraud schemes all the time. Just keep going. At this pace, Azura and her many multidimensional incarnations would have already killed themselves already. Now keep going. Okay, based on my godlike knowledge, Azura will most likely be getting herself drunk, so she has enough liquid courage to do the final deed. And if I'm right about this, she should be at the nearest skooma den. I have her signal pinned down now. Since this is going to be a long trip, I wanted to show you something. I know, Nerevar. We will save Azura. For now, though, I want to show off the Akulakhan 2's features. Now, when I was browsing YouTube, I stumbled across some pilot for an uninspired Starfield show. Take a look. Oh, of course.
It's amazing.
YouTube has to play these cringy ads every 5 fucking seconds now because the guys upstairs are not getting enough shekels. You know what? I'll just tell you. So the title of this show is called Godspeed, and you are definitely going to need a god and some speed in order to take this show seriously. Okay, well technically this is the pilot for the show, so technically it's not the show itself, but first impressions are everything, right? So let me just break this down. A white woman with white guilt tries to leave Earth on a spaceship because the zone from SATIRE is spreading, yet she decided to stay behind to have lesbian sex with some foreign single mother in a hood, as well as virtue signaling for Instagram about how woke she is as well and sending the kid into space, who will no doubt become a criminal without parents if this was realistic. The cuck-servative uncle who left decides to waste precious limited resources to save her race traitor daughter because daughter rather than just pulling an omniman and having another kid. Now she wanders a eerily empty world despite implying criminals being a dime a dozen. She drives her shitty hand-me-down Toyota truck into a fart cloud with her robot that comes out of nowhere. They go to a house which the robot wastes no time sodomizing himself with the power cord and downloads music despite the fact most likely the internet will be down. The woman then finds 2 random hanged people and gets a case of the SADS, despite the fact up to this point she probably saw the worst humanity had to offer. Because she is a woman, and just like your psychotic ex-wife, we all know women are known for their unstable feelings. Shortly after it starts raining acid. Now our main character, being the wonderful big-brained woman she is, realizes she forgot to cover her truck and decides to run outside and try to cover the truck with a tarp, despite the sky literally raining acid. One thing that bothers me is that this woman knows about the acid rain because it has been 2 years since the ships left. Yet she cannot plan for a basic forecast. And apparently if the rain can eat through plastic and the metal of a fucking truck, I doubt the coat and jeans she lifted from her local thrift store will protect her. Yet somehow her coat and the tarp have some anti-acidic properties, despite it looking like she lifted those from a garbage bin. I don't fucking know, Nerevar, it's whatever the writer thinks of at the time. Now, in the cringiest way possible, the daughter sends a message to her uncle or father. I don't fucking know, Nerevar. I wasn't paying much attention. The show is that forgettable anyway. She lets him know that she is brave, she's not. And that life and or hope mean something or some shit. I don't know, I didn't pay attention, Nerevar. It's a typical female mid-ass protagonist who is trying to be cryptic and quirky for clout on TikTok. Now pay attention, Nerevar. For some reason, despite crime being high, the woman's lesbian Redguard lover finds her by stalking her, because I have no idea how else she's supposed to have found her, even though she doesn't have a car. Meanwhile, the ass-blasted producer who made this decides we gots to subvert their expectations and makes the relationship plutonic. So, no Nerevar. The women do not end up with pubes in their teeth for all that sweet, sweet lesbian sex the men wanted. After a few moments of not having lesbian sex, the two decide to go outside despite it already being established the rain is fucking acid! Because traveling equals plot for some reason, and let's face it, Nerevar, both of the characters are women. The hell did you expect? The 2 lesbians drink some cheap wine, and the white woman who showcases the stereotype that white women cannot hold their alcohol that well. After a few more hours of talking and not having the sex everyone asked for, the white woman's glorified dildo decides to move the plot by having the cuck leave a message on an open channel and will most likely be arrested for stealing resources. Long story short, he's going back to the launch site. The hooded woman decides to stay behind because, let's face it, she's a Redguard and a single mother and probably doesn't want anything to do with her kid and would rather loot all of the Walgreens for those sweet, sweet drugs. The white woman, being the typical woman driver she is, drives recklessly getting back to the launch site despite being a woman, and unsurprisingly crashes her Toyota shitbox after it gets struck by lightning, even though that would make no sense whatsoever. Despite everything, the annoying dildo and the woman survive, and both the woman and the dildo set off into the zone on foot. Her plot armor then does her a big solid, and she is able to get back to the launch site. Now this is the part where it is going to get really shitty. A stolen, yes, stolen. Seriously, let's face it, it's stolen after the NWA pilot inside it went against orders. Anyway, a stolen dropship returns for which the woman goes inside. She then finds an escaped slave, Edgelord Khajiit inside. Yes, Nerevar, this show was geared toward women, who later turns out to be the uncle's furry gay lover after telling the woman he doesn't know where her father is and is most likely in jail. He then shows her a recording of the probably dead/jailed/horribly sodomized uncle. And so both the woman and the gay Khajiit lover go off to spend the rest of their existence in the Starfield universe, which the woman then has to go find her uncle. Seriously? Todd, didn't we talk about this? Your stories are shit. Stop trying to recycle Fallout for the 37,756th time. I swear to all the gods as well as myself included, this shit is getting old, really old. Older than me and my chiseled gigachat ass. Oh look, Nerevar, we are here. Man, the Red Year has not treated the earthly delights well, hasn't it? Now Nerevar, when we get inside, I want you to take point scoping her out in that place. She probably is still angry at me for all the sexist, racist, homophobic, commie-phobic, yet factual statements I spewed out today. Hopefully she is still in the talkative mood. Maybe you could coax her with one of those monster beverages she likes so much. In any case, you are also the Dragonborn, so all you need to do is use that bend will shout on her so she eases up a little. Fine, Nerevar. The next few glasses of mead are on the house. But seriously, you should try some of that sujama they are selling. I heard those lizards can now dispense it from their you-know-whats. If anything, the history subjugation really paid off. Now get your ass out of my Akulakhan too and work your pagan Nord magic.